Good afternoon. My name is Joan Singler, and what I have here is a service flag. This service flag represented, the two stars represented two brothers in my family, Ken, who served in the Navy on a destroyer in the Pacific, and my brother Al, who served in the Marine Corps, also in the Pacific. This flag hung in our front window from 1942 to the end of 1945. In our neighborhood in that period, you saw many, many service flags in our town, but all across the nation. And if a family was unfortunate and lost someone, paid the ultimate sacrifice, these blue stars became gold stars. So you knew that someone had lost a member of their family. I sort of represent a family of veterans. My dad was in the Army in World War I. My two brothers were in World War II in the Navy and Marine Corps, and my husband, Ed Singler, served in the Army in the Korean War. The service flag is still used, but is not as popular as it was back in the Second World War.
So, I'm Michael. I'm a 6-year veteran of Horizon House. Sometimes I think it's easier to be a military veteran than a Horizon House veteran. I am very lucky in that I have a small frame to house my souvenirs of my 4 voluntary years during the Vietnam era. I joined when I was 17, and immediately, because I got down and dirty with combat training for Vietnam, I was disabled at age 18, as a matter of fact, 56 years ago, and since have been disabled, obviously. But my claim to fame during combat training was I was the only expert rifleman in my platoon of 50 guys. And you can see my badge there, an expert rifleman's badge, along with my bayonet and grenade expert significations. And I was quite elite, because expert riflemen, in a company of 200, there might be about only 20. So I was so proud to be of that ilk. And then, so therefore, they sent me to DLIWC, Defense Language Institute Monterey, Defense Language Institute West Coast. You know of Monterey, the famous aquarium, John Steinbeck country. Thereafter, they sent me to Army Intelligence at Fort George G. Meade, and there are pictures of me there at that fort, where is located a National Security Agency. So I did Army Intelligence at that fort, and I was at the National Security Agency, which you might know of. Obviously, these days with the CIA, NSA are very pronounced. So that was in Baltimore, Washington, the Beltway. Any further, I'd have to shoot you if I'd say anything more about that. When I was in the Army, I hated it. When I left the Army, I got wiser, I got more mature, realized what a great learning experience it was. I should have made more for the opportunity. I did. I participated in extracurricular activities. Those are my rifle sights, you see, the circles. And I had participation in volleyball. I shot competitively for the Army Intelligence. So I had 2 medals for my 4 years. They're not heroic medals like Purple Heart, but I'm proud of them. My Good Conduct Medal and my National Defense Service Vietnam Era Medal. I'm so proud of those. So yes, the service made me what I am today. I have no shame in having been in national service. I wish for the young people these days there would be some volunteer national service for them. It's done me a lot of good. Thank you for having me.
Good afternoon, I'm Mary Mueller, and as you can see, this is my manual left from Fort Bragg, where I did basic training. I went through and did all of the work that was necessary, and at the very end, when they had my picture to put in this annual, they couldn't identify me. So that was one of the fun things that I get to talk about. We had chemical warfare while I was there. They gassed us. They put us in a room and gassed us so we would know what that was like. And we did many other wonderful things. This is a picture of Hans Mueller when he was at Casablanca. This is showing him out in the desert in a type of bloomer they wore that circulated the air because it was so hot. I'm Mary Mueller again, and I'm talking about Hans S. Mueller, who during 1943 was stationed in Casablanca. He had had training as a meteorologist at New York University and was sent to Africa. And he had many fond memories of it. He really turned out, he wanted to leave, and after he was there, he found out it was a wonderful station to be in. He loved it.
Hi, my name's Lori Anderson. I'd like to introduce you to my late husbands. My first husband was in the Navy, and unfortunately he passed away. Fortunately for me, I met Dick Anderson. Dick was in the Navy. You see a picture of him here. And he was very proud to be able to learn how to fly airplanes when he was in the Navy. He loved it. And when he left the Navy, he joined United Airlines as a captain. He loved that too. So this is a picture of Dick as an officer. And this is a picture of Dick as a United Airlines captain. And this is just somebody who wants to say hi.
Okay, my name is Manfred Mywald. I immigrated in this country in 1956, and then I got drafted in 1958, and I had my basic training in Fort Riley, Kansas, and then I was transferred to Germany. I was stationed in Germany, and then I was released, discharged, and I was 4 years in the reserve, Army Reserve. So a total of 6 years. Thank you.
My name is Dorothy Hopper, and this is my husband, Leon Hopper, who died 4 years ago due to Parkinson disease. He was in the US Navy during World War II, and this is his picture. And unfortunately, he spent most of his time in the Navy on a ship that was quarantined because of an outbreak of some disease. I'm not, diphtheria, I think it was. But he was very happy to be in the Navy during a just war.
This is the poster of my son's Medal of Honor ceremony, which was in October 2013 for action in Afghanistan in 2009. This is a picture in the Oval Office with President Obama signing his Medal of Honor certificate. And after the signing in the Oval Office, there was a general ceremony in the White House for this event.
I'm Joan Bowers. I've been living at Horizon House for 1 year. And I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to pay tribute to my brothers, all of whom served in the military. Leonard is here, and he graduated from college in 1941 and immediately enlisted in the US Navy Corps. He, while in school, he took flying lessons and was licensed. And upon graduation, when he entered the Navy Air Force, he was commissioned as an ensign. Upon graduation, when he completed his training, he was promoted and stationed at a base in Florida, possibly Key West. He was scheduled to leave in mid-January, but on the 23rd of December, 1943, a telegram arrived informing us that his plane caught fire on takeoff and was lost in the Atlantic. None of the crew were recovered. Of course, we had no information about his assignment, but from his log, we learned he was doing night flights. Based on my readings of history, I believe these were reconnaissance flights to track German submarines, submarine activity on the Atlantic coast. Thomas Bowers was 17 when he applied for what I believe was known as the V6 program. He left to enter the program before he had graduated high school in May of 1943 and entered the Hoboken Institute of Technology in New Jersey. He was home on leave in mid-December and was with us when we learned of Leonard's death. He was deployed in early 1944 to the Admiralty Islands in the South Pacific. To my knowledge, he did not engage in combat, but served most of his enlistment at that location. He returned home at war's end and lived in Delaware and later in North Carolina, where he died of cancer in 1979. Joseph Bowers, my younger brother, enlisted in the US Air Force after graduating high school in 1954. He was deployed to the Philippines, where he served most of his military term. He served after the Korean War and before the Vietnam War. He then graduated from Penn State University and then died from complications related to Parkinson's disease last year, 2019.
Hi, I'm Tom Hayward, and I'm here to show off my pride command when I was on active duty long ago, when I had the command of the USS America. And I used to wear this flight jacket up on the bridge and enjoy that job. So you need to understand how important the word America is when you're a ship called America. And wherever we went around the globe, it just brought with it excitement and respect, and it was a great experience. The people were fabulous. So USS America, talk to you about it anytime you want.
This is my husband, Dick Allman. Some of you will remember him here at Horizon House. Dick was born in Minneapolis, and when he was 18, he joined the Marines. From then, he went on to spend 32 years in the Navy. After 2 years in the Marines, they decided that he should go to the Naval Academy. This was known as a fleet appointment. So he spent 4 years at the Naval Academy and became a supply officer. In the first part of his career, he spent a lot of time at sea, which he really enjoyed. By the time I met him and we married in 1970, he had had more sea duty than was necessary. And the Navy decided they needed him as an overseas person. So we spent 4 years in Turkey and 4 years in Germany, which we both loved. Then it was time to retire. And we retired to Bremerton because Dick had a lot of Navy friends in that area. And after 30 years in Bremerton, we came to Horizon House.
I'm Joel Godston, a lost soul from the Air Force. I graduated from RPI, Rensselaer, an aeronautical engineer. Uncle Sam paid to make me a pilot. I flew Piper Cubs, T-28s, T-Birds, and then a B-47 in the Air Force. At that time, it was a 3-year commitment. Now, if Uncle Sam trains you to be a pilot, guess what? You're going to be there for 12 to 14 years. Then I didn't do anything with my flying. I went to work for Pratt & Whitney, worked there for about 40 years. And I went in National Guard and flew F-86s, F-84s, and T-Birds, and flew that for about 5 years, and then didn't fly for a bunch of years, and we sold our home. What do we do with the money? We bought an airplane. We had a Cessna 182, and total of 50 plus years of flying. And would I trade it? I'd do it all over again if I had the chance. But you know what? I've got a wonderful wife of 62 years, and we are having a lot of fun here at Horizon House, and we're good for the next 100 years, and after that, you know what? We don't care. Have a good day, stay out of trouble, and if you're not in trouble, remember, you're not having any fun. And I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with my wife, Anne Marie, here at Horizon House. Bingo, bingo,